My name is Audrey Bella Langston, and I am originally from Chicago, Illinois, but I have been a resident of Florida for the past few months shy of 6 years.
Oh, wow. So you're a Floridian now.
Yes, I am now a Floridian.
Please share your connection to donation.
Wow. So my connection to donation goes as far back as 1994 when I myself was diagnosed with kidney disease. I became very ill suddenly. I was actually a new Chicago police officer at that time. So, of course, this was very shocking to me and very devastating. Being a single mom of two, and trying to get through that mentally and physically was very challenging. I won't bother to just tell all the details about my illness other than when it got to a more aggressive stage, it was probably about 8 years down the line. And it helped me in the beginning, after I was diagnosed, to become very involved, not only with educating myself on the illness, but getting involved, more so directly involved. So I joined up right away with the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois. That just turned that entire situation into a much more positive journey. I got involved with Donate Life back in Illinois. We called it Donate Life. And so that just opened up a doorway to become even more educated. And also the joy in it was to be able to enlighten others. So I had become so well versed in kidney disease that I was able to be a speaker rather at seminars. I was asked to speak at transplant seminars, obviously representing National Kidney Foundation and Donate Life at meetings. And then it just turned into, of course, when I got here, of course, I just totally picked up where I left off. I became very involved at Tampa General Hospital, which I am still very involved with as a volunteer in various arenas there regarding transplantation. And of course, I joined up with LifeLink. It still wasn't enough, but I felt it was definitely necessary to join up with LifeLink based on the fact that I had been so involved with Donate Life back home in Chicago. And I love what I do. I love volunteering because I've been afforded the opportunity to be retired as a police officer for the last 5 years that I've been retired. I can give pretty much most of my time, which I say is about 85% of my time, is to volunteering. And I love that.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you. The next question is, how has your life changed or been affected since your transplant?
Oh my God. It has been so wonderful, first and foremost, because of receiving the gift of life from my godson, who was the living donor. It has just enhanced my life so much more. I would say I had a good life prior to, unfortunately, becoming stricken with kidney disease. However, it has enhanced my life in so many ways, as learning there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that every diagnosis is not a diagnosis of doom and gloom. And I found that the more you get involved in helping others and taking mind off of yourself, that's really where the true healing begins. And so many things have that illness has opened up so many other doors for me in the world of volunteering, in meeting more people, because I am a people person. It's culminated into actually me, as of recently, I host my own live Facebook podcast called Sisters Against Kidney Disease. And so I just love it. And I'm able to touch even more people doing that and help enlighten them on the illness. So it has been a positive. Honestly, most of the time, I don't even really look back on my illness. I'm more now at an educational phase regarding the illness in my life. I have to remember that I am a recipient oftentimes, because my life has been just so great as far as my health. I'm coming up on 16 years post-transplant. So these are the wonderful things that it's afforded me since that began.
Thank you. I love the positive outlook. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question would be, say someone walks up to you randomly on the street. What would be your favorite quote or motto that you think you live by?
My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion, with some compassion, some humor, and style.
Oh,
And that is one of my favorite quotes by Maya Angelou.
I need it on a shirt. Love it.
She's amazing. She was amazing.
Yes. So the next question would be, what would be your message to those who are unsure about registering to become a donor?
Educate, educate, educate. Educate yourselves. I do understand a lot of the myths and misconceptions, the fear factor that can be involved. I totally get that. However, I think that, what the donation that we do through LifeLink is generally centralized around deceased donation, obviously, is pretty much totally based on as a deceased donor. And even though we don't really look at the factor of, oh, well, this would not happen until I am deceased, there is still some fear there. But I feel that that fear is centralized around not being educated on all the aspects and avenues of organ donation. And also, the important part is looking at it from the standpoint of the countless lives that you can save. And I think that if we look at it as though, well, if it were my child or my spouse or my sister or my brother, would I want to see someone be so gracious as to save their life, even obviously in the midst of their death? I think most of us would have to say yes. So in saying yes to that and really thinking about that, I just feel that we have to really look outside of that own box of our stereotypes and fears, and more so study about donation, pray about it, and I have no doubt that God will lead people to the right decision. I do believe that.
Yes, you were preaching. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lastly, August is National Minority Donor Awareness Month. So why do you think this celebration is important to reach out to multicultural communities?
Because it has been my experience since I've been involved in this industry, not only as being afflicted with kidney disease myself, but as a donor and as an advocate and spokesperson for this. Our culture, African American and Hispanics, are definitely statistically the least likely to donate, even in living donation especially, and deceased donation. And it's so critical that we get the word out there to educate them, to just hear us, to just come to hold events at businesses, anywhere. We can, we go anywhere. We come anywhere to hold events and to educate people on that, and to not be fearful of the unknown. And I think that's the bad part for us. We are in such fear of what we don't know. And the key to it, again, is only to educate, because more importantly, we're at the top of the list for being in need for things such as kidneys. I mean, I believe it's the last time I checked the stats, 60% of those in need of a kidney are African American and Hispanic and Latina cultures. We have to do better. We have to do better together, and we have to do better in educating ourselves.